Yo, I'm doing a little bit of a test to see what's happening out here in these streets, to see how my sound's sounding. Yo, what I got sound? Let me know if I got sound. Hit a one in the chat if I got sound. You got music too? Hold on, let me just stop acting like I'm retarded and check for myself. Okay, so all y'all got is my sound. Cause my music is banging right now. Wonder why that's not going out. Hold on. Oh, I know why. All right, we should be getting it popping off in a second. All right, we should be getting it popping off in a second. Mm, why are you doing that? Let's see something. Yo, that phone number is live if somebody want to call too for right now. I'm just trying to figure out a little bit of my sound issue. Yo, that phone number is live if somebody want to call too for right now. Anything is possible. Boom, boom. Trying to get a lot of dough. Cause anything is possible. Man, I got a lot of gold. Stack that bread and bomber nose. Anything is possible. That's crazy. Grind hard. Oh God. Grind to get a lot of dough. Man, I got a lot of gold. Stack that bread and bomber those. That's crazy that it won't feed that audio out the way it should. That's crazy that it won't feed that audio out the way it should. Yo, Stark Waters, what's happening? What's yeah? I don't know why it's not feeding. Should be feeding the Yo, Stark Waters, what's happening? Let me see what happened if it feeds you. What's See, it's not. I don't know why it's not. Yeah, well, it's just not feeding it back for some reason, bro. I don't understand why it's not feeding it into the. Yeah, I don't see why it's not feeding back like it normally does. It's insane. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep on playing with it and see what I can do. See how I can figure it out. All right, bro. All right. That should be doing what it need to do. Something is off. Something is off. All right, let's see. Let me. You know what? Let me simplify this. Let's get out of that, and let me simplify by just bringing the inputs down and going with this. I think I might have just went too big as I was setting things up. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta make it simple. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes shit just got to be simple. You're making it too complicated, brother. You're making it too complicated, brother. That's all it is to it. Sometimes we make things more complicated than they need to be. All right, so this is more simple. And everything is going to have to feed into that. Boom, 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 boom. Audio. Do, 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 do. Boom, 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 boom. This is It's real simple. So y'all should have heard that. That should have went across real easy. Y'all should have heard that. You should have heard that. You should have overheard that. Did you hear the bell ring? Did you hear the bell ring? Bop, bop, bop. Oh, let us see. Let us see. Crazy thing is, we just had this set up the right way, and now it's acting the wrong way. Nope, didn't go out over the airwaves for whatever crazy, strange reason. So let's do this. There's only one way to solve that problem. Give me let's move this out of the way. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Let's remove you. Bye. Let's remove you. Remove you. Bye. All right. Let's capture everything from the desktop. And let's go there. And then let's make this the somebody said it for his friend traded them for a single leaf. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, there's something different about this. I don't know how this got to that point. Needs to be the input. All right. So this means everything that come across desktop should come across this. So technically that comes across the desktop, so that should come into there. Hey man, don't be trying to argue with me about Sade, man. Sade is mine, bro. We're not playing them games where you take Sade from me. All right, y'all should have got that audio playing out right there. Congratulations, Justin. That's a good deal. That's a damn good deal. Anyway, while this is acting stupid and it won't work, I might as well talk to y'all. So at 7 o'clock tonight, you have the next video coming out about what the government has released via Harvard about UAPs, fallen angels, lizard people, fairies, and it's an hour-long video. And I'm gonna tell you like this: that hour is me digging into everything that's going on. So during that hour-long video, I mean, I really kind of dig, and it's, bro, it's insane. They are literally admitting that, they're literally admitting that it's not extraterrestrial aliens; it's things that have been here from the beginning. I mean, when you really read what they're saying, and it's unique how they did it. So these scientists, instead of coming to their own conclusions, they piecemealed together everybody else's research and laid out a case to add credibility to, and laid out a case to give credibility to existing researchers that are in the field. And so I haven't even got halfway through it, but you can see what they're doing, and it's actually kind of smart. It's actually really smart, the approach they took. It's okay, good. So that's planned. It's actually really smart, the approach that they took, because they decided that they were going to, bro. Paul, I'm not talking about Dog Man, bro. Like, if you want to know how many times I saw Dog Man, go look. It's 8 years worth of that stuff. All right, so they 9 years worth of it. So what they ended up doing is they piecemeal together all the sources that support their conclusion. And so when you read the document, it's kind of like, you got to be able to see them. You got to be able to read in between the lines, right? When you read between the lines, they've laid out all the evidence and they curated all the evidence. And so I don't think I can show you on this, but they've curated all the evidence. You'll see it in a video that drops at 7. So you'll get the opportunity to go through all the research that they piled together, whether it be books from 1871. It's like a roadmap to how to come to the conclusion that everything that's going on, that they're calling UAPs, that they're calling aliens, is just a roadmap to the truth. Now, they couldn't walk you all the way to the truth because they would be discredited. So what they decided to do is give you a roadmap that walked you to the truth. But if you just read the report and not understand what they're saying, you'll be like, oh man, these people playing games. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not hitting on it. But when you actually pay attention, they just walk you through reference to reference all the way to the truth. And you take that opportunity, and I understand why they did it. So for example, in that video, I tried to find some of the papers. There's one of these papers called Sacred Terrestrial. Let me see if I can find it on this computer. Sacred Terrestrial. ResearchGate. Extraterrestrial hypothesis. Sacred Terrestrial hypothesis is what it's called. But you would spend hours, I mean literally would spend hours trying just to get to that damn document. And so I can understand why, I can truly understand why they structured the way they structured it. But the evidence is there, or the research is there. And for example, there's people who will say that in order for there to be credibility as it pertains to fallen angels or to demons or to fairies or to whatever Bigfoot, that there needs to be physical video or audio evidence, right? But that's only one form of evidence. Now, in a court of law, when you go to court, if you have a history of, and it's a well-documented history, why is it dropping frames? This is ridiculous. I think it's the thing I'm using. If you have a well-documented history of events that have taken place over and over and over again, it stands up in court. And so what they just did, essentially, Harvard University and that other university, is they laid out a case for the fact that this new hypothesis that aliens or all this strange phenomenon exists from what's already on our planet. They've already addressed the extraterrestrial origins of some of these wild things. And so what they're doing is they were making a sandwich where you kind of slide the meat in between the bread, and they're giving you the meat, but the way they're giving you the meat is you got to go read it. They surmise all their research and everything they read, but you literally have to go read it to see it and understand it. And when I tell you it's a whole bunch of references, I mean, it's a boatload of references. So I touched on a few of them in a video today. Tomorrow I'll spend I'm not going to spend another hour digging into it tomorrow, but I'll probably dig in for 20, 30 minutes tomorrow just to see what else we can find. And they're referencing scientists from 1990 who've been on this same path, who've been saying the same thing since 1990, that there's beings that have been here for a very long time on this planet that are considered to be either demonic or fallen angels, or the hybrid beings of fallen angels, and that they've been dwelling underground. But they're intelligent, I mean extremely intelligent life forms. And so it makes sense that when we start talking about lizard people conspiracy and lizard people ruling the world, it makes all the sense in the world that you have non-human intelligences. They call them non-NHIs. They say non-human intelligences. I call them non-human humans. I've been saying for a long time, we have to deal with these non-human humans that are trying to destroy this planet and destroy society and humanity. And so we're talking about people walking around with meat suits that look like humans, but they ain't humans. And I say this to you: the next phase of what society is going to have to deal with, and humanity is going to have to deal with, is non-human entities combined with artificial intelligence, cyborgs, basically, that have rights as humans. That's one of the things that the World Economic Forum have been talking about. If you really go look, they start talking about the rights for artificial intelligence, robotic rights. Like humans have rights, but they want to give these things rights. So essentially, you can go to a marketplace and there'll be a freaking robot that's taking the job, that's doing the daily task, but it's a physical robot with human flesh. In fact, I'm going to show you because they're already doing it in China in factories. And so, what protects that robot from me and you? Like, what protects that robot, their asset? Because that's what it would be. It would be a corporate asset. What protects that corporate asset from me and you just walking in and saying, man, you taking all our jobs and we're just going to break you, right? Or from me and you walking in with a pocket EMP and just and destroying it. They need to give it right so they can protect that entity. So when you hear somebody like Euro Havari saying, you know, we're going to have all these useless people, bro, I want to take the call, bro, but it's not going to let the audio come through. Unless y'all heard that phone call ring just now, then the audio will come through, but I don't think the audio is coming through for the phone call. Did y'all hear the audio? Did y'all hear that phone call come through just now? Somebody would have to answer to let me know if you heard the audio come through. No. Okay. So if the ring didn't come through, then it's literally not going to work, brother. In fact, let me just sign out of this. I'll keep playing with it till I figure it out. Sign out and remember so that I won't be interrupted. All right. So the point I'm making is this. There's a reason that was disclosed at the time that like this whole disclosure just happened. And it's probably the softest form of disclosure that you're ever going to see. I mean, it's not like a hard disclosure. It's really the softest form of disclosure you're ever going to see because they're telling you the truth. They're surmising the truth is the best way to put it. They're not necessarily telling the truth. They're surmising the truth and handing it to you so you can determine truth for yourself. And that's a smart way to do it because for those who really want to know the truth, they'll go find it. It's a way of it not being judged because when you come out and say, okay, this is what's going on, you open yourself up to people to criticize you. So literally the only way they can do it without taking criticism, without taking backlash from their colleagues, without taking backlash from the crazy people on the internet, they did it, which was they just came out and said, okay, you know, here's our hypothesis on this and here's what we have to support it. And I mean, it's 3 pages of reference material. Like we can dig and dive into that for weeks. I mean, literally for weeks, just going through the reference material just to see what's there. And one of the reference materials talked about fairies, fallen angels, gnomes, pygmies, a whole bunch of stuff, man, that quite frankly, in other countries, people know those things to be true and to exist. And it talked about how from country to country, nation to nation, we don't necessarily believe the same thing. We don't necessarily call it the same thing, but they're seeing the exact same type of activity everywhere. I mean, they literally see it everywhere. I think, personally, I really think that we've hit a point where the validity of the people who are like dealing in the cryptozoological aspect of things, the UFO community, I think we've hit a point where their credibility is getting ready to skyrocket, but it's a dangerous point because at the same time, the only reason why the credibility of people like us that are like talking heads in this field would skyrocket is if a whole bunch of things are about to be revealed to people. So, for example, they referenced Linda Moulton Howe in the study. All right, so Linda Moulton Howe is definitely an established person as it pertains to UFO and UFO phenomenon, right? But she was still on the fringe of thoughts and credibility from like an academic standpoint. And put yourself in their shoes. Why does academia come out and lay out a case, whether people say it's, you know, whether you say it's just starting a conversation or not? Why would academia come out and lay out a case for underground bases, underground civilizations, underwater civilizations, uh, fallen angel hybrids, and genetic modification? Why would they come and lay out, make that case unless something was coming down the pipeline and they wanted to get out ahead of it, or maybe they wanted to participate in the conversation, or maybe they wanted to say, hey, we need to talk about this. People need to know about it. And it doesn't take much for the conversation to start. You just needed a name attached to the conversation. So you attach Harvard University to it. And the craziest thing was, it's like Harvard University Society. Let me see, where is it at? Full history. Where's my PDF document? All right, here it is. It's the Human Flourishing Program, Harvard University. The Psychological Research Scientists Department of Human Flourishing. And then one is the Associate Director of Research for Human Flourishing Program for Harvard University. I didn't do this, but I'm gonna do it now. What the hell is the Human Flourishing Program? Let me just cancel. Search this real quick. The Human Flourishing Program, Harvard Institute for Quantitative Social Science. All right, founded in 2016, the Human Flourishing Program at Harvard Institute for Quantitative Social Science aims to study and promote human flourishing. That's the key word, human flourishing, and to develop systematic approaches to the synthesis of knowledge across disciplines. Topics that are fundamental to human well-being, such as happiness, virtue, religion, religious communities, meaning, and purpose, have traditionally been viewed as principles falling within the purview of humanities, often of philosophy and theology. However, a robust empirical research literature on these topics is now developed from sociology, political science, economics, education, psychology, medicine, public health, and other empirical sciences. The program research contributes to the broad question of how knowledge from quantitative social sciences can be integrated with that of humanities on questions of human flourishing. I get it. I get why I came out of that department. I get exactly why I came out of that department. I get exactly why I came out of that department. It came out of that department because in a world where we're leaning towards all non-human things, AI, artificial intelligence, all those things. In a world where we're leaning towards all that, the Human Flourishing Department is here to save us. But it's probably a psychological operation because not much comes out of Harvard. That's great. But nonetheless, we're going to piggyback off of it. All right, somebody says, did I do powerlifting? Somebody was asking me, are you giving your phone number out? My phone number's been public. You must be new. But that's a call-in number. The phone number's not being answered because we turned the phone off because it will not go through. We can't get it to play the call-in audio through there. Robert Gibson says he wants mayhem. I really think that's what the globalists want, my friend. They want mayhem for sure. Like the Allstate commercial. And I think that's what we're all going to get if we're not careful. I really think we are going to get mayhem without a doubt. So, essentially, 7 o'clock, 2 more hours, that video is going to drop where I actually kind of dissect that. Probably spend about an hour going into it. The report that came out from Harvard University. I still believe that it's lending credibility to our field and people who are in our field. And I think that if people seize the moment, it'll be an awesome thing to become a part of that conversation, to wrangle that, 7 p.m. CST, to wrangle that conversation and run with it, because it seems as if it's a layup, like an alley-oop to me. Now, I don't know how many people have read it. I'll be reading it over the next couple of days, but I really, really do think that it's a layup. I mean, an alley-oop being thrown out to who's going to grab it and slam dunk it. And I think everybody should be grabbing it and slam dunking it and then contributing to that conversation, so they'll understand that we know you can't say everything, that you come to conclusions, but you can't say everything because you lose your funding. You lose your credibility. You get lumped into the group of people who believe in woo and weird stuff. But there are people out here who have data points that support everything that they're saying. And they just need to give a little bit of shot in the arm to us. That report was the first shot in the arm. And hopefully, I'm not sure, but hopefully we can get some of those people onto this show. I have my producer on it, and we're going to see what we can do, because quite frankly, I don't really believe other people will do it. All right, let's see. Can reptiles wipe memory? I believe they can. The story about the guy saying we want mayhem, I love that story. The story is from Atlanta, and that's a real story. You think it has something to do with the financial system going down? I think it has absolutely everything to do with the financial system going down. Anytime you go into what's called the fourth turning, where systems break, and really economies collapse as nations fall, we're teetering on the edge as a nation of faltering and falling. You see open borders where you have people coming in and getting on welfare. You see all kind of stuff. You're watching the United States teeter on the edge of failure. And this nation cannot go through economic collapse without there being some type of distraction. Because if it goes through economic collapse, based on everything that everybody's seen thus far, coming out of a pandemic, going into inflation, going into all these things, the people who did it, they are of the understanding, and they know that people will come for them. So they have to have some kind of major distraction. And then when you start looking at a global economic collapse, which is truly what's lining up to happen, you need something on a global scale that will distract from that. And there's very few things that can distract from a global scale, a global financial collapse. It's going to have to be stuff flying in the sky and zapping and killing people. I mean, that you need something huge to blame that on. Absolutely huge. And I think that's why this report is so important. All right. It's sad that more people are not prepping for survival. Something is definitely coming, something wicked. I agree with you, Marvin. They call people crazy because they don't want the information realized. We have lived this time beforehand. This is past tense, sadly. Yeah, I think they do call people crazy. And it's not, when you say they, you truly need to understand that the they that call people crazy, that they is literally organizations of people who've been put together that have black budget dollars that foment like strife and division and create talking points and literally put them into these communities. Like, I bumped into it in the Dogman community and the Bigfoot community, and every time there was a huge thing about like evidence, I did answer your question, bro. Anytime there's a thing about evidence that comes out, you'll see this organized campaign of talking points. I mean, it's like the most well-organized campaign of talking points I've ever seen. And it'll take that excitement about it, and it'll start to taper it down over time. And it can't be done initially. I mean, it's weird because the way it's done, it's kind of like stair-stepping things down. Like, for example, it comes out, the witnesses, they try to intimidate the witness, right? Oh, you need to go in this direction, you need to go in that direction. So it's like they're trying to funnel the witness to an approved person that will contain the narrative. If that doesn't work, then they start to attack the witness. And it'll be based on race. It'll be based on sexual orientation. It'll be based on location. I've seen it be based on all kind of different things. And when that doesn't work, then it goes into attacking the evidence that the witness brought to the table. And so then now there's this concerted effort to attack the evidence. And sometimes it's just to reframe what it was or what it is. So, for example, it's a big piece of Bigfoot footage. The reframing is, it's too blurry. And people don't understand the reframes. And it's amazing how people don't understand the reframe. So you got a video of Bigfoot, which is an interdimensional being, or it could be a physical being whose hair makes it hard for you to see the footage, whatever it is. And if there's a slight blur on it, it's blurry. Never mind the fact that the person who's taking the video is shaken and scared out of their mind because this is a damn monster. Never mind the fact that it may have been taken off running. Never mind any of that. And so the evidence is hit as if it's blurry, and then it's reframed and almost like dumped off. And so now what happens is they understand human nature. So it's 111 people in here. They know that they can get 20% of the 111 people in here to start saying something. The other 80% are going to get in line with them. At least 50% more are going to get in line with them. And so they start running the narratives, and they start coming up with the talking points and laying them out. And you can watch it happen. I've watched it over and over again. It's why I stopped releasing evidence, because it was like, this is stupid. It's dumb. So it's one of those things to where, hey, if you're looking for Dogman, I suggest Jeffrey Nadalman. He's a fantastic Dogman creator. Like, check him out. Dogman Encounters with Jeff Nadalny. I like him. He's probably one of the best we got. So if you are one of those eyewitnesses that encounter something, I don't care what it is, Bigfoot, Dogman, lizard people, you'll see this play out in your life. I know this because I was a witness. And so when I started telling what I saw in my encounter, these are the steps that I went through. And these are the things that I got hit on. I was like, man, this is crazy. And I was able to sit there and realize that it was an organized campaign. And it went step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. And I was like, this is insane that somebody's doing this. In the crypto community, it's not as much. I don't think the budget is as big. I think it has to be something super duper phenomenal in order for it to get to the point to where, okay, you're going to have a whole bunch of attention on it. But nonetheless, it's there. That's why with my witnesses in their footage, the first thing I'll say is, okay, how much attention do you want? Well, I just want to get the truth out. Okay, do you want the evidence out? Yes or no? Now, explaining the pros and cons of putting the evidence out. Then as they say, I want the evidence to go out, then I say, okay, well, if you're going to put the evidence out, you need to go to the safest place, which is you need to go to TV, and then you need to be compensated for it. And so you need to, because it's like a lightning strike when someone gets real evidence. In fact, you just saw it where Thinker Thumper found some video of like some Dogman, right? Everybody was like, oh, have you seen the Thinker Thumper video of Dogman? No, I haven't. Once you've seen one video, you've seen them all, right? Nothing's going to impress me. And so you see, here comes Thinker Thumper. He analyzed the video. Bam. You give it 72 hours. That piece of content is going to be hot within the first 72 hours. Within the next 24 to 48 hours, it's going to come under attack. Within the next, 24 to 48 hours after that, it's going to sizzle off and it's going to die away. And so now you're looking for everybody's looking for the next piece of evidence. Unfortunately, in the cryptozoology field or the cryptid field, there's never an end point of research because for whatever reason, every piece of evidence is discredited in some way, shape, or form. And it's almost as if it's wiped out of people's memory. So the issue really boils down to, is it prayer time? What time is it? No, it's 5. It's not 6. Okay. What ends up happening is people are constantly looking for another piece of evidence and negating the old pieces and forgetting the old pieces of evidence that are out there. as opposed to saying, okay, we have evidence for over the past, let's just say 7 years. What conclusion can we draw from that evidence? And then come to a conclusion and say, okay, we're satisfied with that conclusion. And point A, point B, point C, point D, all these things are valid and real based on the evidence. And then you build from there. Unfortunately, in the cryptid field, there's no building because nobody comes to a conclusion on the evidence itself. It's just, I'm looking at evidence. Ooh, you saw a scary video. On to the next video. And therein lies the problem. All right. Jesus Christ is King. Absolutely. Who else we got? It's known as liquid crystallization. Yeah. What are your thoughts on the Anunnaki? I don't have any thoughts on Anunnaki. Those people get paid to put out bad info to the public. I don't necessarily know that. I don't necessarily know that they're going to get paid to get put out bad info. I just think it's about narrative control. I mean, it really, part of the narrative control is individuals who want like fame and want attention. For example, let's take like Dogman. 2015 is when Vic Cundiff came on the scene with Dogman. Prior to Vic Cundiff, it was Linda Godfrey, right? And I'm pretty sure it was him and her way beyond then, because I remember they had like a Campfire Tales talk show back then. So when you go from 2015 to 2020, I mean, that's a lot of content and a lot of encounters that are lined up and that are put out there. So you start to lay a foundation for what's going on. And so everything is built on top of those foundations. And the more time passes, the less there is to discover. And so what ends up happening is you have to recycle old talking points and change them in order to give validity to a person who's in the field. So when they end up recycling things that were said 2015, 16, 17, 18, and presenting them as new. And so that's one aspect of it that takes all the fields off in a different direction, because there's people who want to be valid. In order to have validation, they have to feel like they come up with something new. And then the other aspect of it is, and this is the most powerful point, where, like I said earlier, narratives are created. And it doesn't take a lot of money to create a narrative against an individual or against a witness or against a topic. And then people adopt that narrative, and there's no more money invested in it, because people just taking that narrative and ran off with it. Does anyone know if there are ever sacrificed the red calf in Israel? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they did it yet. Working there was a nightmare. Retired from a stroke later. Who said it was a NWO? She was major narcissist. I missed the beginning part of that. Pancho, go ask Jeff Nadalman. He's got a new thing about Dogman where he's got all kind of sightings. He was live on Saturday nights. Let's see. Sassy the Sasquatch. Said he was a major narcissist. I don't know about that with the NWO. So, guys, I apologize that we couldn't get the audio working, but it'll play itself out and it'll work itself out as we keep on moving forward and keep on progressing and trying to make things happen the way they should. But I will say this, in another 2 hours, you have one hell of a video coming out. And you should check it out and you watch it. Then there's another one 9 a.m. and another one and another one and another one and another one. In the meantime, I'm going to sit here and play around a bit and try and figure out what the hell is going on. I'm not going to end the stream because I kind of need the stream to keep going because I need the feedback. So if you forgive me, let me just see some things. If you want to help me, let me know if you hear something. All right. Let's go music. Let's go this. All right, that's not bad. That's actually a beautiful song. Did y'all get audio? That's really beautiful. Yeah, that's really beautiful. That's super beautiful for storytelling. All right, so for some reason we got that audio. That's crazy. Like it's insane. What did I do to get that to work? Why would that work and then this other audio not work? Let me see properties. Let me write that down. VAIO. All right, so that worked. Then this should work. Let's just see. Let's see if you're going to cooperate with me or if you're going to give me problems. Because that was streaming from there. Let's see. When we came into the house, it was cornered. We surprised it, and it escaped. That makes sense to me down here in these swamps. But the way the insurance company treated Tim, oh, that shit didn't make any sense at all. Because that insurance adjuster didn't want to pay for it. They say that Satan whispers in your ear, but who are they? Hell, I don't know. I heard that when I was a child. I can tell you one thing for sure. It was not Satan whispering in my ear that day I saw what looked like a walking wolf. You see, that entire day was weird. From the moment I woke up in the morning, things just felt off. You know how it is when you wake up late, iron your clothes, fix breakfast, and you're almost ready to walk out of the door. Then stupid stuff happens. In this case, you spill your coffee. It splashes off the counter, all over your clothes. Now you have to start all over, ironing everything again, and then you finally head out of the door. And if that wasn't enough, I realized that my son used my car the night before, and the tank is empty. Only. I don't know why I had an echo like that. That was crazy. That's crazy because this other thing didn't have no echo. This didn't have an echo. That had to be something with the audio over there, which that don't make no damn sense, unless it was echoing back through my microphone. All right, so for some reason that's working. All right, let's try one more thing, guys. Might be able to take a call. I just don't get why it would be doing that now. Now, am I getting an echo in my ear now? Seems like it. All right, let's go settings. Somebody says the 5D shift begins on the 15th per Dolores Cannon. I don't, homie, I don't know what that means. All right, audio. All right, so tell me if y'all hear this. I mean, in fact, VB VAIO. All right, let's see. In fact, are y'all hearing all those noises? Those whoop, All right, so you was hearing all that. Tell me if you hear this. Well, shit, I don't hear it. So that means it ain't working right. Y'all heard that? All right, so if you heard that, somebody call real quick. Because if y'all heard that, y'all should be able to hear the caller. I'm just not understanding where this damn echo coming from. It might, that might be why the echo is there. The number's on the screen. Come on, bro. Now why is dude call not sounding off? Do it again. Do it. I'm gonna just try and call that number back. Who just called? Boom, 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 boom. That's crazy though. All right, y'all should have heard that, right? Boom, 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 boom. Maybe it's something on my end. Were you guys hearing the echo when you heard it as well, or was it just? Um, all right, I'm gonna call somebody back to see if let's just call this person back at 5:05. Y'all should hear the phone ringing. You should hear it coming through. It should be connecting to that person now. We need to know who this is. Don't talk, just listen. Don't talk, just listen. All right, y'all heard that call going in and out. I'm so happy for first day out a long time. I was left work early. Did y'all hear that call going? Give me some trap music. I love me some trap music. Let me see. That's kind of hard right there. The stink is upon everyone. Everyone in the Stankonian nation, the stink is upon you right now. If you can hear the music, the stink is dropping right now. You just got hit with the stink. Yeah, you just got hit across the head with the stink. Oh, you could play with the bass on this thing? Let me let that bass line drop. Come on, drop. Let me see what you sound like, bass line. I got the perfect story for this song right here, too. That's hard. Oh, now the video won't act right. Robert gets a sit-up story with the flap-chested abductees. That's Taylor Swift. I don't understand how everything working but the phone calls, man. Hold up. Stop it. That song is called Earthquake by Ghost Beats. That's dope right there. A lot of y'all be like, where you get your music from? Go to Soundstrike. That's where I get my music from. For the stories. That way I won't have issues a year later with somebody saying, oh, you use my music, I want to copyright you. I'm going to copyright you. I'm going to copyright you. All right. Yo, Justin, if you're there, just dial a number real quick. Let me see if I can. Because it'd be nice if I could save these settings and be done with it. Man, this is way behind. They got me digging on my ear on here. That's way, way behind everything that was going on. Yo. Hello. Yeah, see, I'm getting echoes. Hello. Somebody clearing their throat. Let me clear my throat. Y'all hear this person clearing their throat?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. But it's echoing like it's crazy. That's what I thought. They said they getting the echo. Say something else? We're not getting you now. Say something else? Have mercy, baby. I hope you don't mind. Say that again. I think I know why it's doing this. All right.
It's like a 20-second delay.
I don't know that the delay is the problem. The issue with it's gonna always be a 20-second delay. The issue is the that echo may be your phone. Pause your phone for a second. All right, now say something. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it's doing. I'm gonna have to keep on playing with it. I'm gonna have to keep on playing with it and trying to figure out what it is. Yeah, it is a blurry echo, Robert Gibson. Blurry creatures, blurry echoes, blurry BS. All right, guys, I'm almost there. I am almost there. All right. Boom, doom, 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 doom. All right, Bruno, take it easy, homie. Good to see you. And the craziest thing, I used to have all this set up, and I should be able to import them, and it would pop open. But I made some changes, and I no longer have them. No, I'm not live average viewer. I'm just sitting here with a microphone at my mouth, um, just pretending to be the Terminator. You know, because the only people that YouTube puts in the algorithm when they live is tarot card readers. All right. I do not think it's going to work. Love you too, homie. And the craziest thing is I had some videos of big-legged white women in the woods I wanted to talk to y'all about, but it don't make no sense for me to do it. If I can't get the phone calls going, then I can't go to the next phase of my plan. You know what I'm saying? Like Pinky and the Brain. If I can't get the phone calls rolling, I can't move on to the next phase of my plan to take over the world. And I need them working the way I need them to. The perfect way. And it just won't do it. It won't cooperate. For some reason, it says, screw cooperating with you. I don't want to help you at all. What is that? That is not what I need. Someone asked a question. I'm sorry, I wanted to answer that question. This John, I eat Popeyes. What is wrong with you? Churches is for ghetto people. And you get shot in the ass on the way to church's chicken. Am I trying to keep AI off of you? Got it. Man, the management of YouTube ain't trying to listen to me. Because I call them all a bunch of damn lizards. A whole bunch of lizard people. All right. I'm running out of time here, man. It's almost time for the 6 o'clock prayer, and it's almost time for my smoke break. I might be hopping off of here in a second, guys. Because praying is 10 times more important to me than dealing with a YouTube problem that seems to be evolving as I fix it, as opposed to simply allowing me to fix it. Yeah, it might be the new microphone, man. I don't know what the hell it is. I'm quite honestly, I am not sure what the hell the problem is. If I feed this output to here, it's going to pick up at the TV, and you'll hear it through the TV. So that's what you just heard. So that's not that. So that needs to come through there. So I'm going to tell you what it is. I have too many damn I know what it is. I know exactly what the problem is. I know what the problem is. I am missing cables. That is the problem, my friend. How do I log into this website? Log in. Virtual audio cables that I had on the other computer. Cable. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Are you giving them away free now after I paid for them? You have got to be kidding me. Extract all. Extract. Set it up. Therein lies the damn problem. You are so disgusting. So disgusting. Close that. It's a freaking cable issue, bro. It's a cable issue, bro. Where did you go, cable? Today I have a Camacho cigar that I'm going to be smoking that I've been kind of puffing on all day. It's one of those windshield cigars. Anybody who knows anything about smoking cigars, you'll know that sounds. Playback. All right. It didn't install my cable. All right. Rila, what is this channel all about? Junior. Junior. We talk about a little bit of everything. You name it, we talk about it. Somebody explain to Junior, because it's hard to even quantify what the hell we be talking about at times over here. Because some people say, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist, until they realize everything I said come true. But today we've been talking about the Harvard study that came out from Harvard University saying that fallen angels, lizard people live underground, and that genetically modified humanoids are on the planet, and that extraterrestrials are not necessarily from off-world, but from this planet. That's what we've been talking about. And we've been trying to figure out how to get the phone calls to come in, which that's more of a problem than anything, my friend, at this point in time. All right. Cables A and B. I don't need to donate. I need to log in and get my cables. It's quite disgusting. I should have my cables for free. You shouldn't have to pay for the cables over and over again. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me while I try and get my cables. The psychopath, Gavin Newsom, the one whose state is falling apart, where there's poop in the streets, where crime is out of control. Recently, I've been listening to your channel. Here is a story of mine. And you send me a YouTube link. Delete. All right. This is disgusting. So that email came in at 2:30 p.m. These people are going to make me pay for this all over again. I want to recover. Okay, thank you. Now send me my link, man. Because I need my cables, homie. I want to do it on this computer, so I'm going to forward this to myself. I want my cables. All right. Sorry, you got my attention again. GRPT Truth in Christ. What's up, homie? I'm sorry, I saw you spoke. I didn't see you earlier. I just saw you now. What's up? Worse than lizards, a lot of other kinds of demons. Well, I mean, quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to be talking about people being lizard people, I would say that you need to be mindful of the fact that we're talking about non-human entities that parade around as humans. A lot like the TV show V, and it sounds crazy, I know, but you have to look at it from the perspective of who else would want to literally destroy the whole planet. Who else would tell you that trees or that the sun is a problem? It's going to be somebody that's non-human, a non-human entity that will tell you some silly, ridiculous foolishness like that. And who else would institute it in the schools? What the hell is that? Are you going to let me in? Oh, my goodness. Yo, I just fixed this. I mean, who else would do it other than a non-human entity? Save. Okay. Cable A. Is it still available? No, I don't want to go there. Yo, this has really went up. This is like 15 euros now. This used to be like you give a donation and you get all this stuff. This is crazy.
Amen.
Hey, what's up with you?
I'm doing great, doing great. So glad I had a chance to speak with you.
No, that's awesome sauce. Let me see if people can actually hear you. It looks like it might be working. Guys, can you hear what's well, I just heard it in your background, so I mean that means that was your
Okay.
phone playing it?
Yeah, let me turn it down a little bit. Yes.
Ah, well, I'm sitting here trying to fix a problem that's already fixed. Ain't that some stuff? What's up with you, man? What's happening?
But just wanted to let you know I have been praying for you. Um, a very strong revelation to lift you up last month, and so I'm carrying it on, and I'm just glad that I had a chance to speak with you and speak life into you. And you need to go on forth. Go forth in Him. Go forth. That's where your security is right now.
But wait. Say that again. I'm supposed to go forth in who?
In Christ Jesus.
Oh, okay. Just making sure,
In
cause
the main, man.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't let people prophesy over me at all, especially
Hmm.
people I don't
Don't
know.
have to.
Oh yeah,
You
well
don't have to.
you actually you have to come into agreement with it. But I
Well,
appreciate the
that's good.
prayer.
Well, don't you
Absolutely.
want favor?
I'm sorry.
Don't you want favor over your
I
life?
already have favor over my life.
Yeah. But when someone else speaks to them, I'm a prophet of the Most High God, and I don't mind speaking my mind and letting you know what God has told me to tell you. And I just wanted to let you know you got backup. That's all.
Well,
That's all.
thank you. I really appreciate it. I absolutely appreciate it. And I would love to talk to you more so we can test the spirits and see what's what and see what it
Hmm.
is. Absolutely.
All right. But you be blessed. You take care.
You have a wonderful day.
You too. Bye bye.
Okay, bye. So we got it working, guys. Did you hear a bad echo? How was the echo? Was it decent? Was it terrible? What was it? So it was only echo on my end. So that's something that's feeding back on my end. All right. So that means we could take calls, and I need to figure out why I'm getting an echo. Why would I be the one getting an echo? It would have to be, I don't know. Maybe I just have to deal with echo. Appreciate you guys as well. All right, so we got it fixed. Let me save these settings. Let us see. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know where the echo could be coming from, but nonetheless, I like what we have working. I will deal with the echo moving forward, and I will save these settings. So file, save, settings. All right, so I got it working. I don't like the echo. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. But I got what I need. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Well, no, the algorithm is, bro, I'd be hammering stuff that the algorithm is not. Between me, like not backing off and hammering topics, and the people who want to flag stuff and do crazy stuff, dog, it's going, the algorithm is going to act crazy. But that is okay. That is Ruach Elohim's job to deal with the algorithm. It is only my job to create the content. He shall do what he does best. For those of you who don't know who Ruach Elohim is, that's the Holy Spirit. And that's his job to deal with that. My job is to create content. And he will unlock it when the time is right, because he is awesome sauce. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, 6 o'clock prayer time is rolling around. I am about to hop off and go into the hour of inquiry because I want to know some things. For those of you who don't know, 6 p.m., hour of covenant and prayer, and hour of inquiry. If you want to inquire something of the Lord, a great time to do it at 6 p.m. It's also the time where Jesus Christ gave the new covenant, where they broke bread and drank wine. So it's a time for you to renew your covenant with the Lord. It's a good time for you to do both. Have a conversation with the big guy in heaven. Talk to him. I encourage you to do it multiple times a day, not just once, but multiple times a day. I encourage you to do it. And it shall be fantastic for you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we have this worked out. We got the stream working. We got the audio coming through. So we will have an opportunity soon here to really, really run amok with this show. I got one more thing I need to work out. I will be hammering it out soon. And I'll be back because I like you guys. I like you guys a lot. All right. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all take it easy.